Welcome back to NeXt Gaming, where we cover everything newsworthy that pertains to games. If you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. We create gaming and movie-related content daily. Starting the show off with the new games out this week, we got Boulders Gate 3 hitting PC. It had a phenomenal launch. It's doing amazing. It's also hitting PS5 next month, and we don't have a date when it's coming to Xbox, but it is supposed to be coming to Xbox probably by the end of the year, I'd imagine. Hopefully. As for reviews, we got a couple, starting with Remnant 2, scoring an 81 Metacritic score on the PS5 and an 83 on the Xbox Series X. Disney's Illusion Island also got a 72 Metascore, so that's a little low, but, you know, if it's for you, it's for you. Alright guys, on to the headlines of the show, starting off with Phil Spencer shaking hands with Square Enix, the CEO, at the Final Fantasy 16 Fan Fest in Las Vegas. This actually broke right when I made the last NeXt Gaming episode, so I was kind of hurt about that, but this was a huge story. And so basically, Xbox is getting Final Fantasy, at least the MMO. We don't know how quickly, you know, the 7 remake or the Rebirth, if that's coming, or if these are going to be timed exclusives. You know, is 16 going to come to Xbox next June or so? Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's happening? But overall, this is just crazy, and it's really funny because right before all of this happened, everybody was saying that it was pointless for Sony to buy Square Enix, and their relationship is so close, and there's no reason for them to buy Square because, you know, they're working together pretty well, right? And then all of a sudden this happens, and it's like, nah, you should probably go put a defensive line on Square Enix, because that's like a staple for PlayStation, in my opinion. So I think, you know, if they bought Final Fantasy or Square Enix, that would totally be understandable. We also got word that Star Wars Outlaws, the Ubisoft game, will not be an unfinishable 300-hour RPG. Obviously, they're listening to the fans, and I get it. You know, a lot of people don't want to play forever, but if you had a great game, people would play 300 hours regardless. But these games, Ubisoft, it's like a fetching quest. You know, it's not doing it for gamers as a whole, you know, just having all these towers you have to climb to activate an area, and then do 20 things in that area, and then do another area, and then another. Like Far Cry 5, I got like 3 sections in, and I'm like, is this really what the game is going to be like for the entire time frame? Because I'm not doing it. This is too much. This is too much of the same shit over and over again, you know? So I don't know. I think that it's good that it's not 300 hours, but it's also like, you know, then that kind of makes me feel like the game isn't that good, you know? Castlevania Nocturne is also hitting Netflix, so wishlist that if you're interested. I can't wait to see it. I honestly wasn't that big of a fan of the Castlevania TV show, and I know everybody loves it. A lot of people that I know in my personal life love it, but I just can't get on it. You know, it's really slow and boring, but then it has its moments, you know, but still, it's not worth it for me, I guess. I don't know. But hopefully this movie is going to be baller. Riot Games' new fighting game, Project L, is soon going to be playable at EVO. Very cartoonish and comic booky, I feel like. But, you know, if we can get a new fighting game, that'd be awesome. Because it seems like we've been rocking with the same 4 for over 20 years. So if we can get a new fighting game that is actually good, I'm all for it. Stalker 2 is also coming to Gamescom from Xbox, so that's cool. I don't know when this is coming out. Hopefully it's coming out this year. I doubt it, but, you know, that'd be really cool. I really can't wait to play Stalker. I never played the original Stalker on PC, so I'm really pumped to see some more. Gamescom should be filled to the max. We got BombRush Cyberpunk, a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio. It's coming August 18th for the Switch and the PS5, and Xbox it's coming couple weeks after on September 1st for $40, so check it out. Also, the world went crazy this week over the Switch rumors that hit the internet. It is getting crazy. Apparently devs are starting to get their dev kits for the next Nintendo console, stating they are getting ready to release for 2024, a time frame. Honestly, I have no idea. It could be spring, fall, the holiday season. I have no clue, I'm being honest, but I'd imagine they would want to be outside of the PS5 Pro time frame. So if Sony's going to launch that holiday season, I'm imagining the next console is probably going to be spring to summer, maybe somewhere around there, maybe fall right before. But that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. On a side note, backwards compatibility would be a huge win for the next Nintendo system. With how many games are on the Switch physically and on the eShop, it would only make sense, right? Right? It would be a huge dub. But this is in fact Nintendo. Sony started to ease out a new update this week, mainly targeting the beep sound. Sony is also updating the max to 8 terabytes that you can insert in your system through SSD. Honestly, this news story does not appeal to me because, one, I do like the beep. My girlfriend doesn't mind that I play video games all day long. But on the other side, when it comes to 8 terabytes for an SSD, I got to looking into the SSD and it kind of blows my mind, and I'm fortunate that I didn't buy one because it makes no sense to me. Okay, I can make a whole nother video on this topic, and I just might because it's kind of fucking crazy. But I have an external hard drive connected to my PS5 that is like 4 terabytes, something like that, and I use that. It's perfectly fine. But then I get annoyed that I have to, you know, transfer games back and forth, and it's not really an extension. It's more, it just doesn't work as well as you'd imagine, you know. But so I was looking into SSDs because, you know, obviously if I can just play, you know, a terabyte or 2 of games at a time, that's awesome. That would fix all my problems. But it turns out you have to do the same exact thing on an SSD. So that's really stupid. I guess Xbox, they have the ability to actually play the games off of your SSD or your extended storage. So if Sony can, if they can ramp up that'd be awesome. I'd go out and buy an SSD right away, or even with my external that I have right now, that would be useful as well. So they need to get on that. That is the main update firmware that I want. Everything else I really don't give a fuck about. I don't care about this mute the beep button. That's not, I don't care. Or are you gonna, I don't know. I just want my storage. It's rumored Oblivion is going to be getting a remake soon, codenamed Project Alter, with Unreal Engine 5 and the Oblivion engine. The source claims the remaster/remake will be out before next year ends or by early 2025, depending on mostly if it's a remake or a remaster. After the Asus Rogue Ally, Lenovo is coming to the party. Lenovo has gotten some handheld rumors hit the market, so this is incredible. Obviously, handhelds are killing it right now. We have the Nintendo Switch, even though it's the weakest of the bunch, but you also have the Steam Deck, the Asus ROG Ally. Now you have the Lenovo PC handheld. Like, it's getting crazy, and honestly, I'm kind of mixed on this. I have no idea what to think. You know, is it better that we have preferences, or is this, you know, is the market share going to inflict on some of these companies progression in such market, you know? Because you have the Nintendo Switch at the top and they're just killing it, but then you have the Steam Deck and the Asus ROG Ally. Are they going to kind of get interrupted by Lenovo, or is Lenovo going to be the next hot item? I mean, it's just insane to think about right now, but you know, I can't wait to find out what's going to happen with gaming handhelds, because it's definitely been a tricky situation. You know, you had the legacy handhelds, and then you had the Wii and Wii U, then you had cell phones kind of interrupt the game, and then you had the Switch, and now you have the Steam Deck, and it's just it's kind of been up and downs with the handheld market. So that's kind of interesting to think about. Xbox revealed the Gamepass games for August, starting with Celeste and Short Hike. Those are both out now. Not really my type of games, but maybe I'll check out Celeste. On August 8th, we got Broforce Forever. On August 9th, we got Limbo. On August 10th, we got Airborne Kingdom. And on August 15th, we got Everspace 2. If I'm being honest, that's probably the title that I'm hitting up this month. The rest of them kind of just, I mean, Broforce Forever, maybe. Maybe Limbo, just for nostalgia. But Everspace 2 definitely looks interesting. Maybe Celeste, I don't know. But check those out. Those are live. We also got a new StormCloud Vapor Xbox controller announced. It's $69.99. It looks interesting. It's like a blue, smoky, kind of cloudy controller. I'm actually thinking about picking it up. I got almost all the Xbox controllers. I don't got that many PlayStation 5 controllers, actually. I think I got 3 of them. The black, red, and the white. But this would definitely be... That's the one thing I gotta give credit to Microsoft for. They do better with the accessories than Sony sometimes. They just have more options, you know, but at the same time, it's way easier to collect all of Sony's shit. You know, you can collect all of Sony's controllers for less than $300, usually. So we got word that EA is apparently bringing Star Wars Jedi Survivor to last gen Xbox. Now I don't know if this is coming back to PS4 as well. That would make a little bit more sense for me, but I don't know. The Xbox One X probably outweighs the PS4 Pro, but still I think this is crazy. It can't run on PC, it can't run on PS5 or Xbox Series X, but you're gonna put it on last gen. That's a little crazy. That doesn't make too much sense to me, but maybe the game is not as broken as it seems, possibly. Here's to hoping. When it comes to Gamescom, we got some little tidbits on StarField and Forza. So apparently we will be getting a showcase, but there will be no hands-on, so that's a little confusing for some people. But to be honest, I would have expected Forza, because I played a Forza game at E3 one time, so that makes sense. But I don't think I've ever seen people play like Fallout or Skyrim at the like E3 showcases or Gamescom, any event really. You just don't ever see Bethesda with their Fallouts and like massive RPGs, because it's probably pretty difficult to make a small demo in the middle of a giant world, you know. But I'm still curious if this game is going to be like a big letdown, you know, but we're going to have to see. I'm definitely going to pick it up and play it on Game Pass. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. And this is going to be a detrimental moment for Xbox. This is a make or break moment. You cannot fuck this up. This is huge, okay? EA's conference call revealed some info on Battlefield, and it's not too optimistic. Andrew Wilson stated that the future of Battlefield will be a reimagining of Battlefield and a truly connected ecosystem. Seems they just want to maximize profits and battle passes, I guess, versus a good Battlefield game. You know, too bad. I really did love that game. You know, Battlefield was peak FPS at a point. Sources state Nintendo is planning to reveal their follow-up to the Switch at Gamescom, no less. That is just came out of nowhere. No one was expecting this. Everybody says that Nintendo takes forever, but all of a sudden this rumor comes out. I'm not gonna, you know, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. You know, that's just how it goes. But I think, you know, it makes sense if they're launching spring to make some announcements. I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to make any announcements October, November, because everybody's gonna be busy and they want the spotlight. I'd imagine, you know, you want the most press around what you're talking about. But you know, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully we get some information. Speaking of Nintendo, we also got the Switch sales report update. They are at 129.5 million units sold. They're down 7% year over year, with a big Japanese push being a good majority of the sales for this quarter. They've also sold 1 million in software, so that's actually not that much, honestly. But you'd figure there'd be more. But with the Switch being 7% down year over year in the US, it will be interesting to see if Japan, having 30 million Switch sales, will start to slow down the Switch's main lifeline. If so, will the Switch reach PS2 DS status? And lastly, to end the show off, I just wanted to kind of give a spotlight to Boulders Gate 3. It had a massive launch on PC, like I stated earlier. The peak was 472,000 players at once on Steam, so that's just insane. That is awesome. Kudos. I can't wait to pick it up on PS5. I'm not going to play it on PC, but yeah, that's awesome. I cannot wait to see how this game progresses. I've never really gotten into Boulders Gate. I've heard about it, but you know, it's kind of been out of my peripherals. But yeah, that's about it for today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Wolf Pack. Peace.